Hey there, my name is Pravus and welcome back to more Rebel Inc. Escalation Custom Scenarios. Y'all knew it had to happen at some point. An S.C.P. scenario by Bismarck. I have no idea how S.C.P. is going to translate into Rebel Inc., but it could be interesting. Your job is to secure several S.C.Ps that broke out of containment. Place your HQ near the stable zone. Note that the insurgents scenarios are supposed to be for fun. So you're telling me the insurgents are SCPs. Okay, so it's probably just going to be a regular scenario at this point, maybe with a few reskins, but we will find out. Powerful freedom, but not for the SCPs. They're powerful, but they must be contained. Welcome to, once again, the Pistachio Forest. You know, we had a spat where we were going through nothing but the same desert scenario. Now we're using lots of Pistachio Forest. I'm just sensing that there's like a flavor of the month for the custom scenario community. All right, setting up the HQ. Well, y'all know where that's gonna go. We have a single stabilized zone, and I'm guessing this is supposed to be where the SCPs are breaking out. That's fun. What do we have as far as stuff? Well, we have something unique. Create D-Class. Experiment on those who have seen too much. Misspelled, should have two O's. It's free. All right, we'll pick that up. Why not? So we've created something so we can experiment on people who know about the SCPs. Also, we can call in task forces right off the bat. Fascinating. Let's go ahead and pick up just a handful of standard initiatives, followed by the agents for intel. I'm gonna assume most of this is gonna play exactly the same as it normally would. We could go ahead and train up some coalition soldiers to start taking advantage of these depots, but then we'll have to worry about them desiring to go home. We can afford to wait on this for at least a little bit, I think, without too much issue. What else do we want to do? Well, could go for the PR media office. Think I'll instead go for the outreach office first. We'll just go ahead and roll out the education initiatives a little faster. Maybe also some infrastructure discussions. People want electricity. Okay, I was kind of hoping for anything other than electricity, but we'll go ahead and start picking some of that up. It does seem like electricity is not that uncommon on this particular map. New power station. Oh god, this costs so much money. It just spent everything I've got. But you know, it will use the power to contain the SCPs. It takes a lot of power to keep them happy. No, happiness isn't exactly the concern, but you get the point. We'll go for the PR and media office and things like universal justice. Again, justice for everyone but the SCPs. Oh, there is no universal justice. Oh, wait, we have to go for policing, don't we? Oh, I don't remember what the exact trigger was. I thought it was PR, but it's not. A tank? And so many specialists. Holy crud, how powerful are these SCPs? You know what will be really interesting? We'll see what happens with this, but what will be interesting is if it turns out there aren't like groups of dozens of insurgents walking around, but like 4, and they have the strength of like 10 insurgents. So containing them is extremely difficult. That'd be interesting. I have no idea what's gonna happen with that, but we'll see. We need to get that tank before an SCP gets into it. Can you imagine an SCP driving a tank? It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be pretty at all. I'm gonna hold on to the tank. I would normally like to scrap it, but in this case, I'm gonna hold on to it. Let's go ahead and get some specialists going. And we could train up some MTF teams, mobile task forces. Sure, why not? Go ahead and pick some of those up. They take a long time. Insurgents have appeared. Oh, I just got a notification that Wirstein is also playing Rebel Inc. Hello, Wirstein. What else do we have over here? We have scientists, where they will proform better. Yeah, I love it when my soldiers proform. I don't know what that means exactly, but I like it when they proform. We're gonna go ahead and deploy remote specialists. I think those are always useful. Rural specialists, not so much. Generally speaking, I'm okay in rural areas. It's the remote ones that I have a lot of problems with. There are so many depots out here. What the crud? We can specialize like crazy out here. All right, let's go for some ethics committee. Oh, yeah, no, because the SCP foundations are absolutely the most concerned about ethics and how we treat I don't know, let's say our experimental subjects as well as the SCPs themselves. Yeah, no, definitely all ethics here. We are the epitome of ethics. Let's go ahead and arrest a local warlord. This is gonna gain me some reputation, but causes some corruption issues, I do believe. We could go for strategic communication. Not sure I need that right now. What else do people want? Healthcare? Fine, healthcare it is. Let's go ahead and do that, plus some roads. Start rolling those out. Reject the rural specialists, return to Monkey. Oh wait, no. That's not the right thing to say. There are tunnels on this map down in the bottom corners. Those can get annoying very quickly if we don't find a way to deal with that. I like, by the way, that we're still worrying about basic initiatives like, oh, I don't know, sending children to school. You'd think that we would have more important things to worry about, but no. We still believe in giving back to the community. So important. Let's go for those strategic communications. See, this is me being strategic with my communications right there. Dang it with the tunnels. Get the heck out of here with your tunnels. No one likes your tunnels. Tanks? Wait a minute, I'm sorry. I thought this was another... All right, scrap tanks. We only need one. I thought that was another urban specialist, but I was apparently mistaken. All right, so okay, hang on, wait, nope, get down here, there's a camp. Where is there apparently another tunnel that they were able to spawn over here? No, I don't think they spawned through a tunnel. I think they literally just spawned from this camp. Right, all right, that makes more sense. Let's see, we're just gonna go ahead and pop up over here, make sure we have plenty of reinforcements. I will install a tank on one of these guys because it's fun and exciting, and we like doing things like that. Do we want to go for even more mobile task force? A bit risky without some corruption reduction. Let's go ahead and prioritize that a little bit. There's the camp. I would think airstrikes are pretty important for us. Let's go ahead and deploy another remote specialist. Those are still really good. And we're gonna go ahead and install you on this guy here. There we go. All right, so this camp's gonna go bye-bye. We definitely need to get rid of the tunnels somehow. Let's go ahead and do this. Try to force these guys to not use the tunnels and go retreat somewhere else, I guess. I don't know. More MTF teams, sure, why not? We'll just go ahead and keep doing that. I mean, I already said why not, but I've changed my mind. Let's go for some highways as well, because I feel like we're moving around a little bit too slow. My tanks need to be speedy. They control a large number of connected zones. I don't think I agree with that, but okay. And these guys appear to have just outright died instead of used the tunnels. You know what oh, wait, nope, there's a third tunnel. Oh, gosh dang you and your tunnel nonsense. All right. Well, forget it. Let him have fun in the tunnels. Let him have fun with those tunnels. See what I care. He can't do much. He'll be fine. Let's get you over here as well. Keeping an eye out for any more camps, by the way. We're going to need to blow those up ASAP. So let's see. Let's see. We can't do any more corruption reduction? That's weird. Let's go for guards. Containment team expansion. We'll do that. We can purge the corruption, but we can't go for corruption reduction level 4. Odd choice. I wonder what the reasoning is behind that. Mainly because the S.C.P. Foundation is inherently corrupt? That's just propaganda. Don't listen to those people. They're our haters. Don't listen to them. They wish they were as cool as the S.C.P. Foundation. Anyway. We have a couple more soldiers that'll be trained up pretty soon. We have significant concern over jobs. Fine. I guess I'll do something about it. Gosh. Dang. Get over here, and in a minute we will go over here and try to find a way to keep these guys off of the tunnels. We have more troops on the way pretty soon. It'll be easy to contain these guys. I just don't want to give these guys anywhere else to retreat. Trying to go down over here too now, huh? Fine, fair enough. No garrisons also, I noticed. Okay, let's go for scientists. Then we can roll out initiatives. Sure, might as well do civil assistance. That's fine. What else do we want to do? Let's go over the jobs. Vocational training will have to be fine for now. We'll go over there. We will probably want to increase the pay of my soldiers. Kind of important to keep them on my side. Have these guys retreat. We have a tank. Need to get up over here. What is this? Right, now we can increase the pay. And we're losing these fights. Awkward. Let's get over here with some reinforcements for both of these. Also, I feel like airstrikes would be probably in order. We're gonna need 15 bucks to pull that one off, but that's fine. Airstrikes are good. Boom! Coalition deployment over soon. Well, we only ever had one coalition soldier, so, you know, whatever that's worth. How can you run this far? I want to know your secrets. How do you pull this off? Explain. If you can. All right, so these guys all died. Good. We got the tunnels under control. So as long as we prevent these guys from making use of the tunnels anymore, we're fine. These guys are going to be completely under control. Just don't let them use any tunnels, and we can prevent them from going around the corners. Retired MTF guards? Sure, why not? Extra security just makes my life easier. We could go for telecoms. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and do livestock development for even more jobs, since that is still a primary concern for a lot of people. It's the economy, stupid! Don't you know? All right, we're actually still traveling way too slow. I'm just noticing my units are painfully slow. Travel logistics will certainly help with that a little bit. This coalition soldier said he wants to go home, but so far isn't actually requesting to go home. So, you know, we're just gonna go ahead and casually ignore his request for leave and see how long it takes for him to complain. That sounds pretty good. All right, now we need to go for the Foreign Relations Office. Why the S.C.P. Foundation would care about this, I don't even know, but apparently they do. More soldiers? Absolutely. Our corruption's pretty darn small right now. We can go for another level if we get some more money. That's a lot of national soldiers. That's actually too many national soldiers. It's a little bit unbalanced. It's too easy. Oh, gosh dang it. Get the heck out of these tunnels. No. Get out. Get out. No, you're not allowed to use those tunnels. I would pull my troops off, but I'm not sure I want to. What else should we do? Well, we could go for experimental weaponry. Nah, let's go for the drones, find out where their camps are. The SCPs must be contained, and they're all congregating somewhere around their little dumpster fires. You know, something like that. I don't know. It's kind of sad, actually, when you think about it, until you realize just the horrible monstrosities the SCPs really are. Then you feel a little bit less bad for them. All right, so the tunnel's been taken care of, and there's no one else over here anymore, which means we can move over this way. No garrisons means going into the mountains is actually going to be kind of tough, I'm not going to lie. Containment specialists decrease the chance of them escaping. Well, that actually makes sense. I'm going to assume that it's going to be the mechanic where whenever you attack or chase the insurgents off and they flee, there's a high chance of us beating them. I think it's called snipers. So that makes sense from a mechanic standpoint, but also thematically, because we're successfully chasing them down and dragging them back to their hole. I like that idea. Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. Let's continue rolling out some additional civil integration. And we'll go ahead and start making use of our soldiers to do this. I don't think that they're going to spawn anywhere else. I think that we're going to be sticking in this mountain for the rest of the scenario. So we're going to be fine, but let's just go ahead and make sure the entire zone is stabilized before we go too much further. How about some dirt roads? Dirt roads would help a little bit. Plenty of remote areas. Just speeds things up a little bit. Make sure we have these remote zones under control, too. These are the ones I feel the most concerned about. But yeah, we're fine. Let's go for remote outreach. Sure, why not? What do people care about? Jobs still? Gosh dang it, you and your stupid jobs. How about land rights, all right? The right to private property is sacrosanct in almost every civilization. Get your property and you create your own job, all right? How's that sound? Let's tighten these rules a little bit. I don't feel like killing the civilians anymore. It was fun for a little while, but now a little bit less so. I don't know. It just gets a little bit boring at a time. Training quality. Faster training. You know, could have done this. Didn't do that. Too late now. Experimental weaponry? Sure, why not? I mean, just strap some sort of a plasma cannon onto my tank. I can't imagine that going poorly. No, that'll be fine. Let's go ahead and start making our move up into some mountains. Actually, wait, where do we want to go from mountains? I'm trying to think where the reinforcements are going to make the most sense thanks to the tank. The tank can kind of only go down over here. Hang on. You move this way. We'll win this fight real quick. These guys are mostly going to die as they retreat. Now we're definitely able to start moving forward. Yeah, we're going to move the tank down over here, I think. The tank can't go into these mountains at all. We'll go ahead and move you guys forward over here. We'll start reinforcing or pushing our way down this direction. And in fact, let's go ahead and start going over here too. How's this zone looking? Mostly under control. All right, we have plenty of money. More rural outreach, lots of roads, telecoms, water, I don't care. I mean, at this point, I guess all we do is start upgrading our Air Force. Drones and everything else, why not? Also, without garrisons, just notice how much weaker we are. Let's go for the heavier ordnance and lots of drone strikes. Not drone strikes, air strikes. As many as possible, just keep bombing the crud out of them. Eventually, we'll get these SCPs under submission. You will submit to me! It will happen! Get back in your dang cage! Let's go ahead and boost combat strength. Just boost up drones in general, honestly. Drones are pretty good. Hi, camp! Camp going, bye-bye! Alright, now you start pushing forward here, you fill in the gap, then you start pushing in here. We've almost got this. This is gonna be fine. And, of course, we're reducing their numbers as we go, because every time they have to flee from me, a whole bunch of them die, which is a really powerful ability, honestly. Snipers is really, really good. Oh, right, we can go ahead and move over here now. Okay, cool. Well, we should have this completely under control at this point. Easy mode. Let's go ahead and start reducing the civilian casualties. We're not exactly trying to draw any attention over here, you know what I mean? And that's fine. All right, well, we can't do a peace deal, so I guess all there is to do at this point is sit back and wait for the SCPs to willingly walk back into their containment cells. Just like so. Alrighty. Well, overall with this scenario, I think the problem with it is that it doesn't really fit anything as far as SCP is currently scratch all that. Just like so. All right. Well, the thing about this scenario is it says SCP. It's got a couple of different reskins and renames and new descriptions and stuff, and I appreciate that. I just feel like there's probably better ways to do this. Like, the insurgents didn't really have any particular special abilities that would be SCP worthy, you know? It'd be more interesting if the SCPs, you know, had a whole load of negative debuffs, so every time you challenge them, it was significantly riskier, or something along those lines. Garrisons actually should still be in this. It would make sense that the SCP Foundation would bunker down and actually try to keep people contained. That's the entire point, right? It'd be more interesting if the insurgents actually were all clustered as one giant unit instead of spreading out and taking over a lot of land, so you'd have to contain only like 6 SCPs instead of 30. There's a few different ways that I feel like you could probably make this a bit better. I don't know if it's possible, because I haven't tried my hand at the scenario creator yet, but it just seems like there should be a way to do it. So, promising idea. I'd love to see SCP brought into Rebel Inc. Is this the one that does it really well? Not in its current state, in my personal opinion, but there's room for it to get better. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I'd ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.